Hello people, today we are going to be using this Electro Harmonix bass mono synth pedal, but we're not going to be using it on bass today. We're going to be using it on guitar. I'm a guitar player and I also play bass, and I feel like I just really want to show people what this sounds like on the guitar. Now what I'm going to be doing are some basic types of riffs, because that's really what you can use this for in guitar, basic types of riffs, like single note riffs. You're only supposed to play one note at a time when we use this type of pedal on the bass and on guitar. So I'm following the same rules, because there's a bunch of rules in the manual that I read, and you're really only supposed to play one note at a time with this. So I'm going to be playing some riffs through it. I'm not going to do any flashy leads with it because it really doesn't sound that great with the flashy leads. But maybe people interested, maybe I'll play a little flashy with it. But the in and out setup we have today is I'm going to be using a guitar amp for the dry signal from the pedal, and I'm going to be using a bass amp for the wet signal or the synthesized sound. I figured that that would be the way that would make the most sense, and I have each amp mic'd up with a different mic, and I'm going to mix them to make it sound okay. But hopefully, well, I mean, I hope it sounds good when I'm playing, but I'm basically blending both amps, and I'm going to take you. This is the way that I have it set up, mostly with the control knobs. I have the control up over here and sensitivity and stuff, but I'm going to be starting on the first setting on the, I guess it would be your right, is Oblivion. I think that the settings on guitar sound better on this side of the pedal instead of when we get over here. It gets kind of nasty sounding, but I'm going to go through each of the settings and you're going to hear what it sounds like. Now, the guitar amp I'm using is a PV Valve King amp, and I'm going through the dirty channel. I have a delay pedal, which I'm going to be turning on and off, that's running through the effects loop on that amp. And I have a Behringer Ultra metal pedal that I'm going to use for like a boost, just so you can hear how heavy this pedal can sound. And basically the bass amp, the tone is there's no other effects on the bass synthesized sound except for its tonal quality that's affected by the bass amp. So let's hear what this sounds like. And I'm going to take you through each of the settings. Alright, so this is what my guitar sounds like dry. Alright, now we're going to turn on the pedal, and it's going to be on the Oblivion setting, which is one of my favorites for this. Delay. All right, metal. Wah pedal. Oh. All right, so as you could hear, it kind of got a little bit nasty when I went on the higher registers. It kind of wanted to not really work right for that. So you got to kind of be basic. Remember to play one note at a time is what I'm trying to remind myself, because I had it sounding pretty good like a couple weeks ago, and I think I'm getting there. All right, so now let's switch to the next setting, which is the Spectre setting. All right, let's just roll the volume up a little, like a little bit slowly. That's what it sounds like. Basically, that's what it sounds like before you can really hear the guitar amp. All right, to bring up the guitar amp. Basically just the bass amp. Sounds pretty neat. Let's go on to the next setting, which is called Twin. Yes, I have pretty much all the knobs up 3/4 as I'm doing this, just so I can hear it, you know, and I mean, you might want to use it sparingly, but, you know. So here is the twin setting, just basically the amp. All right. It's basically just what's going through the bass amp. Doesn't sound very bassy to me. All right, now we're going to bring in the guitar amp with it. Oh, that sounds kind of cool when you hold that note like that. It's bassier. Let's add the metal pedal. Sounds pretty neat. Sounds pretty neat, I guess. Delay pedal. Alright, enough of that. Now, I think that twin setting sounds best when you just use it to hold one note, because it sounds really like staccato kind of sound, which if you're trying to make it sound like two guitars, it adds too much high. But when you hold the note, it kind of just goes like, you'll hear it when you hold the note. Alright. I think that sounds cool. Of course, you can mess with the settings and make it do different stuff. That's pretty cool. So if you've got like a section in the song where you want to do that, I guess that's something you could do. All right, let's go on to the next setting, which is Unison. Let's hear what that pretty much sounds like. That's basically just the bass amp. Now let's bring up the guitar amp with it. Distortion. Alright, see how it sounds when you try to play too fast with it? That That Unison setting was all right. All right, let's go through all of them. What's the next setting? Next setting is called Wub. Let's hear what that sounds like. It's weird. It's pretty much just the bass amp. All right, let's bring it in. Sounds okay. Let's do some metal. That one sounds okay. I like the ones on the right side of the pedal. Sorry. Now we're going to approach the center of the pedal, which the next setting is Growl. Let's hear what Growl sounds like. That sounds okay. Pretty much just the bass amp. Oh yeah, now I'm kind of palm muting a little bit. It's pretty much just the bass amp. That sounds okay. That sounds pretty usable. I think it sounds pretty usable. Let's put some delay on that guitar. Yeah, that delay, I wish it was like in tempo with what I'm playing, but guitar volume is like, you know, not up all the way. Let's hear what it sounds like all the way. Oh, now it is. All right, let's turn on that metal pedal too. I was a man in a woman's body till I jumped out of my mama's pussy. Did my whammy family, funky song, funky song. I was a man in a woman's body till I came out of my mama's pussy. All right. Ugh. It's enough of that. That was pretty neat. I liked that. That was a good one. I liked, what was that one called? That was called Growl. That was pretty usable, I thought. All right. This one's called Sub, which reminds me, please subscribe to my channel. YouTube has really been screwing with people like me. I don't know what it is. I think it's because they know that I look at porn or something. I don't know. But they're trying to suppress. They're suppressing everybody. I know it's not just me. But this is the sub section on this pedal, so please subscribe if you want to support me. All right, so here's what the sub sounds like. Just basically the bass amp. Sounds okay. Now let's bring up the guitar a little bit more. All right, let's put some metal on that. was pretty neat. Yes, play one note at a time. You can play fast notes, but just make sure it's one note at a time, and it works okay. Alright, so what's the next setting? That would be Cosmic. Let's see what Cosmic sounds like. Alright, let's bring it up a little bit slow. I'm playing mostly pentatonic riffs, because that's pretty much mostly what I feel like this is good for. At least when it comes to my playing, it's good for the pentatonic stuff. I feel like if you try to get a little bit complicated, it doesn't work as well. Alright, so this is the Cosmic. Alright, let's bring up the guitar amp. Metal pedal. Bridge pickup, neck pickup. Sounds okay. Let's turn on the delay. Pretty neat. My poor neighbors. My poor neighbors. Alright, let's go on to the next setting. Acid. Whoa, man, acid. Oh, which reminds me. Probably not supposed to do this. Acid, man. Let's hear what acid sounds like, man. Whoa, that's cool. Oh, man. It's pretty much just the bass amp, a little bit guitar amp. Alright, I've got to stop singing. Palm muted. Full force. Guitar up all the way now. Okay, so in case you aren't wondering, I'm basically controlling my guitar volume. And it seems like as soon as the pedal gets a little bit of signal, it's pretty much on all the way, almost. Kind of. But then, I guess it gets a little bit louder, or the guitar gets a little bit louder. Just a volume swell. It's kind of neat. Oh! Oh, man. I clipped myself out. All right, now let's go on to the next setting. X fade. Let's hear what that sounds like. Basically, just the synthesizer on its own. Okay, it's not very low end. It's more adding high end, which I try to avoid adding high end stuff to my guitar because I am already a shrieky type of guy. Just watch my past videos to hear me. All right, let's turn the guitar amp all the way up. Metal pedal. Delay. That was pretty neat. Okay, now we're on the last setting, which is called laser. Let's hear what laser sounds like. It's pretty much what it sounds like, just the bass amp. don't really like it that much on its own. If you hold the note, it sounds kind of cool like that. So basically, on some of these settings, they sound good for percussive playing, and then some of the settings sound good for more like holding a note. Like this one sounds good for holding a note. It's cool because you can change in the settings and make it act different, but I can't do that right now. Let's hear it with the guitar amp all the way up. Let's add some metal pedal to that. Okay, so now that we've gone all the way through it, what do you guys think? You think it sounds like crap? I think it sounds pretty neat. Okay, I'm not getting paid by the manufacturer or anything. I probably never will reach the ultimate status symbol of becoming a legitimate YouTube person. I will probably never do that. And you know what? I don't care, because that's not what my goal is. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think it sounds pretty decent. It sounds pretty far out for guitar. You know, if you'd probably want to have a special type of band. But as we know, as guitar players, everybody always bitches the more stuff you bring, and, you know, you end up stepping on people's toes. I would say this would be great if you were playing in a two-piece. If you're playing in a two-piece, because then you don't got to worry about stepping on other people's toes. I tell you, playing in bands suck sometimes. But, you know, it's pretty cool pedal, especially if you're just playing in a two-piece or something. It's pretty neat, but you gotta kind of figure out how to use it and what each of the settings are for. I'm not gonna try to shred with it. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope this was informative. You know.